How's it going, guys? My name is Mike, and today I just wanted to show you how to open a delta neutral put broken wing butterfly on the SPX. So when we look at my strike selection page, we see that the expiration date for all of these will be the closest to 45 days to go, and all the contracts will be puts. And then we start with selecting our short strike, which we will sell -2 contracts of. And this short strike has to be from -0.20 to -0.30 delta, and we will pick the put with the most open interest. So let's go into our trading platform here, Thinkorswim. This trade is on January 15th, 2021. I actually do have this trade open right now. So we go to the trade tab, type in SPX for the ticker up there. And then for this one, we use the 5th of March expiration, which is one of the closest ones to 45 days to go. Again, we look for the -0.20 to the -0.30 delta. So in this case, I usually like to use even numbers as long as one's in between those. So for here, I'm just going to use the -0.21 delta put, which is the 3,500. So we'll start by just right-clicking right here, go buy, and then we will go butterfly. So now that we have this, we should go back to our strike selection page, and we have to pick the other 2 contracts. So the lower long strike is always going to be 50 points below the strike we just picked, which is the short strike. So since we picked a nice even number, let's go back here. We sold the 3,500s, so now we'll go change this one to 50 points below that, which is 3,450, of course. So I'll just use this selection and do that. The next one, we want to start at 40 points above the short strike. So we'll go up here and we'll go to 3,540. So the higher long strike, which we start at 40 points above, can be a little bit tricky sometimes. If we open back this up. So the higher long strike, we want it to be 35 to 45 points above the short strike, depending. We always start with 40 points above. However, we will use 35 or 45 points above if you don't receive a credit or the position delta is not neutral, because we want this trade to be as delta neutral as possible. So let me show you what I mean by that. So now that we're here and we have this trade set up, we can right click this and go to analyze. So what we are looking at in this screen is where it says delta right here, and we want to look for the one with the unlocked icon. So our position delta for this one is 0.31 with our current setup here. If we change this to, let's say, 35 points above, it'll make the position delta up there at 0.7, and according to my guidelines, we want it in between -0.5 and +0.5, so that it's as neutral as possible. So obviously in this one it's 0.7, so we would keep it at 40 points above, which is 0.31. I'll just show you the 45 points above too. This one's actually not bad. It actually has slightly more neutral delta. The only problem with this trade is that you have to pay a debit to open it. Generally, we want to collect a credit, so that way we have no risk to the upside. So now that we have our ideal trade set up here, we can get into position sizing a little bit. So generally you want to allocate around 30 to 40, even 30 to 50% of your account to this. Each butterfly, if you do this setup, 40 points up, 50 points down, uses 1,000 in buying power per butterfly. If you use 35, it actually uses around 1,500, and if you use 45 above, it only uses about 500. So depending on which one you do, so first, let's say you have a $25,000 account. You want to allocate 30%. That's about $7,500. So in this case, since each one takes up 1,000, we can put 7 butterflies in by just clicking the plus sign, and that is pretty much it. And then after that, you can just double click here, confirm and send, and boom, you are filled. Now that the trade is filled, we actually want to place a good till canceled order to close the trade. It's marking down 280 right now because for some reason we got filled at 5 credit. The Thinkorswim on-demand feature isn't the greatest with fill prices, but anyway, to close it out, you can basically just right-click on SPX, create a closing order, and then you can sell. Just click the top one here basically, and then you want to set a profit target of $60 per butterfly. So in this case, actually in real life, I got filled for 45 cents in credit per butterfly. So you basically want to go down 60 points or put it at 60 profit target. So in order to do that, we just use the plus sign here. Normally I go by 5s, but I think Thinkorswim's being weird. And so we can actually close this out for credit. If we just keep going, you see it went to 0 and then it goes up. So 45 to 0, that's $45 if you close at 0. And you go up 15 additional, and that will give you your $60 price target. And you set this as a good till canceled order. And then you can confirm and send this. And this way, once this trade hits our profit target, it will literally automatically close for us. We'll take profit, and you don't even have to be at your computer to do it. So real quick, I just want to show you guys my actual live account where I trade this strategy. Actually, instead of placing them all on one butterfly, like 30 to 50% of my account, I actually have them on multiple different expiration dates, and I'm constantly taking profit on the old ones, placing new ones at 45 days to go, just depending, because as you can see here, you know, I have some for 19th of February, I have a few for the 26th of February, the 5th of March. I kind of like to place them at different times, hoping that I get filled at better prices. Like you see this 5th of March one, my trade price is 35, and then another day I got filled for 45. So, you know, I kind of like to split them out a little bit for that reason. Also gives me a little more diversification, so that way if the market has a flash crash, then all my positions are kind of spread out and my risk is hopefully a little bit better. In addition, I didn't mention, but you can also buy a SPX hedge put. All you want to do is just go to one. I actually prefer to use one that's farther out than all my trades, so I'll go past 45 days to go to buy my hedges because they have less theta decay, and you'll essentially just want to buy the one that's closest to $100 if you wanted to hedge this, just in case you think the market's going to take a dip soon or the VIX is going to boom. Whatever you want to do. But yeah, these are my current positions, and yeah, that is how you open my SPX put neutral, delta neutral put broken wing butterfly on the SPX.